Newsweek says Lauren Boebert's photo with Dave Chappelle raises questions.
Oh, gosh.
Remember the last time this happened? Patton Oswalt took a photo with Dave Chappelle that he had to apologize for taking. Now Dave Chappelle is caught in a photo with people he's not supposed to be taking a photo with. And now it raises questions. So, and why does it raise questions? Because she used it. She did this. She goes, just 3 people who understand that there's only 2 genders. So,
I mean, that was a dick move.
So my question is, so there's Dave Chappelle and Representative Anna Paula Luna. And I guess the obvious question is, does Paulina have a penis? And if not, why not? Shame on her for not having a penis. That's what I say. So there's more to this. So then there was outrage. Ryan Sheed said, it's been a huge letdown seeing Dave Chappelle align with these people. By the way, Ryan Sheed, his name was shortened on Ellis Island. The name was, it was Ryan Shithead. And that's when his family had emigrated from Entitleland. I don't know if are you familiar with Entitleland?
They mixed it up at Ellis Island.
He's disappointed with Dave Chappelle for taking a photo with 2 United States representatives. This is a black man standing with 2 powerful women. He's obviously a racist and a misogynist, right? That's all we need in this world of superficial metrics. Am I right? Shame on whoever the fuck Dave Chappelle is. He should lose whatever position I never heard of that he holds. One more guy. Malcolm P. Johnson said the fall of Dave Chappelle is complete.
Oh,
really?
Oh boy.
The fall.
According to who?
The fall
Not
of Dave.
according to his ratings.
Pride says Dave. So there's one more. Pride says Dave Chappelle torpedoes his career. Torpedoes his career again by posing with Lauren Boebert. I didn't know he torpedoed his career in the first place. Unless by torpedo, I guess they mean, it's a torpedo that's made of gold and it slides right up on the beach of his private island. Is that what you mean? They can't do anything but make this guy more famous. That's all this does. So here's the story. By the way, there has been some confusion surrounding the selfie that Representative Lauren Boebert and comedian Dave Chappelle took. The stand-up was visiting the Capitol when Boebert and Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna passed by him in a rotunda, stopping by briefly for a chat. A video posted on Twitter shows that as they began to say farewell, Boebert asked Chappelle for a selfie. Here it is.
Thanks for all you do. Take care.
I'll see you. I'll be well.
May we get a selfie? Okay. I know you're trying to leave. All right. Thank you.
Look at him conspiring with the far right wing. Wow. That he is signing a deal with the devil. How could you not see that? How dare he do a selfie? Boy, if you're going to stir up some artificial shit, unbelievable. Here we go. She then posted the image to her account and said that shit about at least they know there's 2 genders. She was referring to Chappelle's ongoing jokes about transgender people in his live shows and that some people have labeled transphobic. The lawmaker has also become known for her staunch opposition to the LGBTQ plus issues. In October, this is from Newsweek, in October 2021, around 100 Netflix employees organized a walkout to protest Chappelle's special on the stream on Netflix, and the special was called The Closer, which received criticism for his jokes about transgender women. You can now find those 100 Netflix employees asking you if you want paper or plastic at a Whole Foods.
Right.
And if Dave Chappelle walks into a Whole Foods, out they go again looking for another job. Guess what? Dave Chappelle spoke about this interaction with Boebert at his Washington, D.C. show, claiming that she tricked him and referencing her infamous night watching the Beetlejuice musical theater show. In September, Boebert apologized after footage emerged of her groping a male companion and of him grabbing her breast during a performance of the show at a Colorado theater. Boy, isn't it amazing? We can't get Jeffrey Epstein's client list, but we have high-def video of Lauren Boebert in a theater getting her titty rubbed. Isn't that something? She was asked to leave after repeatedly vaping and taking photographs. Chappelle reportedly added that Boebert was rubbing her mitts together in anticipation of getting a photo with him. He reportedly said he didn't feel like he could say no, and that in a politically divided time, it was a human moment to oblige her request. But then the comedian reportedly claimed he was blindsided by her tweet, saying he understood that there were two genders. It's a shame she tricked me, Chappelle is reported to have said. I had 2 tickets to Beetlejuice, and I was going to give her one. That's kind of a funny joke. So let me bring in the 2 Jews. So this, again, is just... Lauren, that was a kind of a bitch move by Lauren Boebert to do that.
It was, yeah.
And he's
right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a totally made-up controversy. Obviously, the video proves that, but yeah, Russell said it right. Yeah, it was a dick move. For a woman who takes her gender so seriously, that was a pretty big dick move that she made there on Dave Chappelle, I would say. They look, there's a whole, I mean, you know this, Jimmy, there are industries that have cropped up of, YouTubers making videos about you. You can make a lot of money just creating a controversy about Dave Chappelle. Where there is
pretending he did something he didn't, pretending he said something he didn't. By the way, none of the jokes he did were transphobic.
No, they were not, and they never really want to talk about the fact that the entire end of his show was an impassioned, very emotional, humanizing monologue about his trans friend. They never want to talk about that part. That was all leading into that.
By the way, it's not all trans people too. It's just a handful of very loud, maniac, psychotic trans people who pretend Dave Chappelle is something that he isn't and actually cheer on violence against him. I've seen trans comedians cheer on violence against another comedian for having a point of view they don't agree with, which just shows you what kind of comedians they are. Horrible comedians. They're anti-artists. They're pro-violence against artists who are having a different opinion. They're the thing they claim to hate. So just like Zionists, they're the thing they claim to hate. And I just want to tell Dave Chappelle, don't get caught. Don't try to, I don't have to give him advice. I'm not going to go, because if you try to apologize to the people, it never is going to work out. It's like accidentally clicking on an ad on Twitter. Here comes the ads for some goddamn LED line dog sweater that you just got to have this season. Anyway, go ahead, fellas.
Yeah, well, that's it. As soon as you give these people an inch, you're ruined. You're done. I mean, her stance, her Zionist stance aside, Sarah Silverman was very funny until she let these people get to her. They started going after her for her comedy. And she started to apologize, and that was it. She was never funny again. You cannot, because they'll never be satisfied. You have to understand, as you say, it's a small minority of people for whom their entire identity is built around fake controversies. They have no incentive to be reasonable. They're not there to be reasonable. They're there to stir up electronic witch hunts against people for specious reasons. That's their whole purpose of existence. That you'll never satisfy them. You shouldn't try.
No, that's why I never do.
No, you do not.
That's why I never do.
Well, hey, to make a political leap, that was a big part of Trump's success. Well, how many of us, when he turned around, whether you think it was a good thing to say or not, when he turned around and said about John McCain, I prefer people who haven't been captured. How many people didn't think that was the end of him? I mean, I did. That was one moment I thought he went too far. And hey, the fact that he doubled down, that worked better than if he had issued an apology.
Of course.
100%. How many we do? Okay. Does that include Steve Kirsch? Oh, okay.
You want to see which ones you needed to do?
I don't know. I'm getting tired though.
Here, just so you look. The ones Just so you know. Yeah.
This is getting my hopes up because, I've been writing in Dave Chappelle for president. I wrote him in last time. And, I'm hoping maybe he heard about it. Maybe that's why he's at the Capitol. He's putting together an exploratory committee.
I hope so. I would love to see Dave Chappelle run for some kind of political office, but then, I think he could steamroll. I really do. I think he could be the positive force with Trump steamrolled. It was fun to watch him stick the thumb in the eye of the establishment. He just didn't really do anything positive with it, right?
He didn't do anything, exactly.
Right.
Like he didn't bring jobs back to America. He didn't give everybody health care like he said he did. He didn't give us infrastructure and bullet trains, and he didn't clean up the homeless problem. He didn't actually but he didn't start more wars. So I guess his greatest
There
thing
is that.
So that was the best thing he didn't do, right? Is that he didn't start more wars. But it is always fun to watch him make the establishment get their bush in a knot, for lack of a better term.
Well, and if you look at the way that they frame this, the articles that you pulled up, this is why these people just are completely blindsided every time the popular will demonstrates how fringe their opinions are. Because look at how they talked about it. Oh, he destroyed his career again. Have you seen his numbers? What the hell are you talking about? What the hell? He's more popular than ever. What are you talking about? Nobody listens to you people. Everyone hates you. Everyone hates you. But because they have so much institutional control, they're able to look at all of these mainstream outlets that regurgitate their bullshit, and it gives them the idea that there are a lot more people who think this way than there actually are.
Well, that's the professional managerial class's main job, is to police the language and behavior of their other people who they see as in their class. That's all it is, and they do it. They do it with a vengeance, like the SS. Hey, did you guys ever hear that the what was it? The Gestapo were gay? That they were all closeted gays? Have you ever heard that?
I heard they invented the glow stick.
We're doing live comedy shows in Oxnard, California, Venice, California, Palmdale, California, Omaha, Nebraska, Des Moines, Milwaukee, Lansing, Michigan, Bend, Oregon, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, and Boston. Plus, we're going to put a date in Edmonton, Canada, plus Vancouver. See ya. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all those tickets.